Alrighty then, back once again for another reaction. This time it's RWBY Volume 5, Chapter 1, Welcome to Haven, which I'm very sure is a play on Welcome to Beacon, an episode title that they've had before. Of course, you know, we're at Haven Academy, so this is obviously going to be a look at the Academy itself. I know that, you know, on the cliffhanger of Volume 4, we saw that Watts and the Headmaster are colluding here, so there's some kerfuffles and shenanigans coming. There's a lot of shenanigans coming this volume, and I'm sure I made you aware when I reacted to the shorts. I know quite a lot about this season, volume, whatever you want to call it, and if you don't want to watch a reaction that's not 100% blind on the story, then this won't be for you. Like, I have no idea when anything happens. I know that some stuff happens towards the end of the volume, as you do, climaxes and all, but there are things that I know about that I know people want to see reactions to, so if you could take a look at the doc in the description, and, you know, if me knowing all of that stuff means that you don't want to watch my reactions, then that's fine. I absolutely understand. You can do that. I won't hold it against you in any way. With that out of the way, I'm still looking forward to seeing this volume, especially after being amazed by how far the animation has come in the shorts. Like, I think, as I said while I watched the shorts, in case you didn't watch me watch those shorts, I consider the current level of animation that they're at to be what Season 4 tried to be, if that makes sense. Like, they weren't quite there, they were still getting used to the new software. I seem to recall seeing Tyrion look very marionetted in the intro, especially, like a bit wooden in the movement, didn't look like an actual scene taking place. But the shorts were so fluid, the action was so realised, like everything was more to the music like it used to be. It feels like they found the style again. I mean, Volume 4 was cool for me, I'm easily impressed, like, I thought it was great. But seeing Volume 5 really makes it look weak in comparison. At least based on what the shorts have shown me. I'd really love to see the whole show remastered at the current level that they can do it now. I think it'll look pretty slick. But as for this intro episode, Welcome to Haven, aside from obviously the reference in the title, I don't actually know what to expect with how they're going to launch this off. This might be one of the few episodes I'm 100% blind on, as in literally everything about the episode, because I'm sure a lot of the stuff I know is stuff that gets revealed further down. It's not stuff they'll just throw at you in the first episode, is it? Yeah, so there's several threads going, isn't there? Yang was on her way back to RWBY, it's implied. Blake and Sun are still trying to sort things out on Menagerie to do with the White Fang occupation there. Adam is going to overthrow the White Fang, or at least he plans to. And, yeah, Watts and the Headmaster are there and colluding. Cinder's still, like, trying to regain her power. It'd be interesting to see what Emerald and Mercury do with this volume, because they pretty much got shafted in Volume 4. I don't think they even spoke, except for Emerald interpreting Cinder. You know, it seems like they took a back seat for all of the Salem stuff to come forward. And I kind of miss how it used to be just, you know, Roman, Neo, and the Evil Three. Until, you know, Roman died. I'm still butthurt about that. Like, it was funny at the time, but it's like, I miss Roman. I miss that dapper son of a bitch. Yeah, Ren killed that Nukulevi. Now he and Nora have gotten closer, it was implied, and everything's all hunky-dory, and everyone's happy to have rescued Uncle Crow and start again. You know, like, everyone's got to recover. Yeah, everyone's in a happier place than when they start Volume 4. Weiss has left home again, Yang has got a new arm, and is like, right, back to what's important. I'm going to reunite the team. and Blake is no longer feeling sorry for herself, or at the very least she's working towards not feeling so sorry for herself, and is sorting things out with Sun and the White Fang and stuff. And RWBY herself, I don't know what's next for her. I mean, it's pretty obvious that Cinder has her in her sights from, you know, those illusion training things at the end of Volume 4. Yeah, obviously, because this is the start of a new volume, I'm trying to inject as much recap and discussion as I can to, like, get myself back in the zone. Because for all that I do know, I've been told that there's a lot I don't know. So it's very important for me to establish exactly where everything is so that I can go into it fully prepared. Oscar is one of my main curiosities for this volume. I know nothing at all about what kind of role he's going to play, if any. All that I do know, and this isn't like saying I know a spoiler, all I do know, for me, is that I am being tempted to ship Rose Garden before the two have even met. You can blame Miraculous Corazon for that. Yeah, she keeps uploading, well, I don't think they're as frequent anymore, but she was uploading frequent comic dubs of Rose Garden comics, and you know, I thought it was absolutely adorable, and it's pulling me away from Lancaster. I'm like, well, actually that is really super cute. They're both precious little things. So if they actually do something with that, I won't actually complain. I would be totally happy with John and RWBY just carrying on that best friend vibe that they started to get. It's just that I was open to Lancaster since Pyrrha was out of the way, as cruel as that sounds. Like, I did ship Arcos. I was happy that they got their kiss and everything, but it's like, you know, you got to move on at some point, and why not RWBY? You know? But Oscar is a very good alternative, which is why I'm curious as to how he'll get on with the rest of the cast. Like, I think there's going to be some fun interactions, as I've seen in some other comics, with Ozpin being in his head at the same time. Like, there might be conflicting thoughts about what different people are saying, and there's the whole humorous angle of, shut up, I'm getting to it, like you did with Crow. And Crow himself, since Crow survived, that means he's going to get more moments in this volume, and that is extra win, because Crow is a badass. Yeah, so welcome to Haven, welcome to RWBY, welcome to Volume 5, and welcome to this reaction. Let's just start. And that is why the skip option exists.
The city of Mistral.
It's about time.
Yeah, about time for me to watch this. I'm very late.
Whose idea was it to walk again?
Well, we did face many obstacles. Broken airships, destroyed settlements.
Oh, and, you know, all those people and monsters that tried to murder us.
Yeah.
We were fine. Only one of us almost died.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh, the banter.
Academy?
Almost there. I'd have figured I'd take you kids on the scenic route.
Gosh, it's so bright. Jeez. Just dial it up, why don't you? And RWBY still looks adorable as ever.
This is awesome!
It is.
That's certainly something.
Still images.
Oh my gosh, look at all the weapons!
Vendors here will sell you just about anything, whether they should or not.
They really made the most out of these mountains.
Every inch.
I'm being reminded of Made in
Stay away
Abyss.
from the lower levels, but the higher up you go, the nicer it gets.
And we are going up!
Ding. Oh, Weiss.
So,
Weiss?
how much farther?
Yes.
We're in the home stretch now. No more stops from here to Mistral.
Oh, that
Sorry
pose.
for the long trip. Keeping us off the radar's been harder than I thought. Lots of air traffic around northern Anima.
It's fine. I just hope I haven't been a burden.
Aw.
You and your money are more than welcome on this ship, kid. What the?
Is everything okay?
I don't know. I'm still over Lake Matsu. Shouldn't be picking up broadcasts this far from Mistral.
Some sort of
Someone
supersonic
must be
grim?
close.
Mayday! Mayday! We're a small passenger flight and our Huntress is down! We aren't equipped to deal with this!
Oh, man.
The Grim hit us 400 clicks north of the southern shoreline. Get him off us! If anyone can hear this...
Oof.
We're going to help them, right?
What? No. I'm trying to avoid them.
But they'll die.
Jeez.
Look, if we picked up their transmission, I'm sure someone else did too. Besides, this is a cargo ship. She's not much good in a fight. I just want to finish this job and get home. Sorry, kid. My ship, my rules.
That is kind of how it works. I feel really bad for whoever's in trouble, though. Jeez, that's dark. Well, nothing we can do. Even if it's true. But, like, you never know if Weiss would have been enough. Just jump out the ship, do the job, get back on.
We made it.
I like how the realization has hit her twice since surviving the Nukalavy fight. Like, she just cannot believe that they made it.
Hello?
Hello.
Maybe try louder?
There doesn't seem to be anyone here.
Well, I guess school isn't really in session right now. Maybe that's it.
No, this isn't right. Come on.
Oh,
Wait for
is there already the suspicion of something not being right? That's cool. We're not going to waste time with it.
Get ready. There could be trouble.
Weapons free.
Professor Lionheart?
That's the name. Don't wear it out.
Bro! For crying out loud, you nearly scared me half to death!
Yeah, he's the cowardly lion.
Me? Why weren't you waiting for us at the entrance?
Huh? Oh, right. Apologies. I guess time slipped away from me.
I was too busy having
You're
tea
joking.
with a certain individual.
Where is everybody?
Ah, you must be the students Crow mentioned.
Yes, sir.
You just dodged the
Ruby
question.
Jean Arc.
Nor Valkyrie.
Lyren.
A pleasure to meet
Luffyiscool.
you. Leonardo Lionheart at your service. I'm afraid most of my staff is currently away until classes resume, but...
What?
Away.
You can't
Where?
be serious. Who's guarding the relic?
Crow, the children!
Already know. I filled them in. What do you mean your staff is away?
You filled them in?
So, is this not going at all like anyone
I
thought
love
it
you, Nora.
would?
Silence.
Unbelievable!
Total garbage.
Hi, Mrs. V.
We can't let them get away with this.
Well, at least you two can finally agree on something.
Guys. Everything's gonna be okay.
Good evening, miss. Can I get you anything?
Just a little time to myself, if that's all right.
Sure thing.
I want
Just call
vengeance.
if you need me.
I want a cup of justice.
You need better security. Please, I just need to talk.
How could you take the fall for them, Ilya? Corsic and Finnick blamed you. We confronted them tonight and they denied knowing anything, and everything we found on your scroll, they talked about how disappointed they were to hear that you'd sided with Adam. But you and I both know they're guilty.
You can't prove anything.
That scroll might not have been enough to lock them up, but it's enough to sway the Faunas here. When we go public tomorrow, they're not going to stand for any of it. And neither should you.
Well, isn't she just going to stop you from going public if you reveal your plan?
Your plan isn't going to work, Blake. Please. Just leave Menagerie before it's too late.
You're going to have to make me.
Yeah, she's through with running.
I know.
Setting things up nicely between them. One last sad confrontation.
I have to say, Crow, this all seems very reckless, even for you.
No, reckless is leaving one of the relics completely unguarded.
Yeah, Crow's in the right here.
With Oz for ages.
There was nothing to check in about before the fall of Beacon, but since that day, Mistral has been in chaos. Vale wasn't the only kingdom to suffer that night. Everyone was watching. Every house in every kingdom saw that poor girl ripped to pieces, saw monsters crawling over the city, Atlesian knights attacking citizens, and then nothing. You could feel the dread in the air. With all that negativity, you can imagine what it was like when the Grimm came for us. Mistral's controlled territory is the widest reaching in the world, you know, and that makes it infinitely harder to protect.
Makes sense.
We lost so many great huntsmen, teachers from this very institution, and it's only gotten worse.
What do you mean?
We may have dealt with the Grimm, but the Mistral Council's still at odds with representatives from Atlas. First, it was the dust embargo. Now it's the closing of borders. I'm not sure what happened to James in Vale, but it seems to have only worsened some of his more unfortunate tendencies.
Well, he feels justified for his talk of security.
We still don't know where the Spring Maiden is.
All the more reason we need the huntsmen and huntresses here.
Okay, okay. Things are bad. They're bad.
Bad!
But we can figure this out. Why is the Spring Maiden so important?
I thought you filled them in.
Mostly filled in. Look, there's a lot to cover, okay? I quit teaching for a reason.
Because of drinking?
The four maidens each have the power to perform feats of magic. And they are the only ones capable of reaching the relics.
What?
The relics are each locked inside a chamber that can only be opened by a specific maiden.
So that's why
Winter
Cinder
for
had
gift
to
of
become the
creation,
Fall Maiden.
Summer for destruction, fall for choice, and spring for knowledge.
I see.
Spring is the problem.
What happened to her?
She was determined at first when she inherited her powers. But the weight of responsibility proved to be too much for the child. She ran, abandoned her training, everyone. That was over a decade ago. There's no telling where she could be now.
She's with the bandits.
No. At least, I have a pretty good idea.
Yeah, because he asked Raven
serious?
about her.
It's not exactly good news.
What are you talking about? This is incredible news! After all these years...
She's a bandit, bro!
I did some digging around. Looks like after Spring ran away, she was picked up by bandits. Specifically, the Brownwind tribe.
Raven.
Yang's mom?
That's right.
Oh.
That's about where they've set up their main camp. It's where they fall back to after raids and scouting missions. Raven's managed to gain a lot of followers since she returned to the tribe. And I'm sure when the Spring Maiden showed up, it only made things easier.
Yeah, that's quite the firepower to just have in a rank of bandits.
With these coordinates, we can mount a retrieval force and head out in a few weeks.
A few weeks?
That's right.
Leo, maybe you didn't hear me. My sister has the Spring Maiden, and I know where she is. We need to go as soon as possible.
Just fuck your books.
And perhaps you didn't hear me. This kingdom is in shambles. As soon as possible does not mean tomorrow. It means as soon as I can convince the rest of the council that I need huntsmen more than they do. Unfortunately, bandit tribes aren't very high on their list of priorities when the threat of war is just on the horizon.
Then damn the council. We'll do it ourselves.
Damn the council. I love you, Crow.
And these kids aren't exactly pushovers.
Yeah!
Perhaps there's a more peaceful way to approach this?
We need to get Spring as far away from here as possible. But Raven isn't going to give up her most prized possession without a fight.
Unfortunately, you and your sister are evenly matched, and I'm not the fighter I used to be. No offense, but these students and I can't take on an entire bandit tribe and a maiden that's no doubt had years to hone her skills. We need to be positive we can apprehend Spring, because if we fail, Raven and her tribe will scatter, and we'll be lost. We get one shot at this.
One opportunity.
Perfect.
This is everything you ever wanted.
You know, Oz wouldn't be happy with any of this if he were here.
Perhaps you're right, but he's not. I'm doing the very best I can.
There has to be something we can do.
What about Cinder? She came with Emerald and Mercury from Haven. Do you have anything on them?
We pulled their files after the fall of Beacon. Nothing but lies and forgeries.
Still got that burning need for a revenge.
I'm sorry. I know you've all traveled a long way, but I will do everything I can to help.
Sure. We'll stay in the city for the time being. Local comms are still up. Keep in touch.
As expected, this episode's full of a lot of exposition, so I've been trying to listen.
It was nice meeting you, Professor.
Likewise.
Maybe not as nice as you might think.
Got to work on your improvisational skills.
Yeah. So that went well.
What do we do now?
You four head back to the house. I need a drink.
Where's Oscar? Because he's already met Crow for the cane, hasn't he? Oh, okay. I see. I see. Oh, never mind. You just answered everything.
Excuse me.
Wow, how's that for timing?
You know, I don't think they allow kids in here.
Pipsqueak, yes.
Shut up, I'm getting there. I'm supposed to tell you I'd like my
cane back. Oh, I'm really glad that this had like a natural place in it. Not that anyone was going to miss the after credits scene anyway, but it's pretty convenient. If you did miss it,
it's good to see you again.
You didn't actually miss anything. Just right. You look pleased with your life.
Aren't you a little young to be drinking?
That face.
Water. It's hot out.
Oh, sure.
Are you telling me you're too young to drink? You look like a regular huntress. And a beauty at that.
Oh, you have no idea what you're fucking with.
Seriously. Not too bulky, not too lean.
Wow. He's
Just
a sexist as well.
Yep. Like I said.
Oh, porridge
right.
reference. You have definitely had too much to drink. Sharingan! Looney Tunes. Hey, where'd that guy go?
This one's on the house. He's been driving me crazy. So, what brings you around
Oh, I
these
love that.
parts?
Her metal hand could just... That's a nice touch.
Thanks. And I'm, looking for someone.
Not many people come out here, too far from the kingdoms. Only person worth noting around here is, well, Ray.
Raven Bronwyn. Thanks again.
Now, Missy, you don't want to go messing with bandits. They're a world of trouble.
So I hear.
Okay, so she is going to Raven. I guess that was the double feint. It made us think she was turning Ruby's direction.
Hey, girlie.
Seriously? This isn't over?
I heard you're looking for someone.
Oh, he's here, bandit. Well, she's got a lead. Hello, would you like to buy some cookies? Oh, hello. I'm sorry, we're not interested.
Can I help you?
Yeah. Is there a Ruby Rose here?
Why?
After the whole Tyrion thing.
Well...
I found him!
He's drunk! Ah!
I think her uncle could use some help.
Oh.
Oh, you...
Found him.
What is going on out there? Can't a girl read her comics in peace? Crow, did you get drunk again?
Maybe.
As Glinda would say, he's always drunk.
You have silver eyes.
That's just what Osmond said.
Who are you?
Ha ha ha.
Well, my name is Oscar Pine.
Wait for it.
But you probably know me as Professor Ozpen.
It's not surprising Crow needed extra drinks.
I did it!
It's celebration. Oh, new intro. Oh, I love the guitar. Oh my god. Oh, this is so badass. Oh, play that guitar. Oh, what a transition! We're still stuck on this dang island. I assume that's Sienna Khan. Ooh. I can't wait to see Weiss in a full fight controlling that thing. Oh, yes, please! More Mercury and Emerald involvement. And this looks like sparring. Oh no, they're all on the same side. Whoa! I wonder if she can actually grow like that. That'd be cool. Okay, wow. I think because it was the last thing I just saw, the first thing I really need to focus on is, holy crap, that opening. Like, seriously, that was great. Like, of course, it's not got as much happening in it compared to Volume 4, where it showed all the different aspects of what everyone had to go through, but obviously that's all out the way now. This is a much more, like, close together set of events that's going to take up Volume 5, and I welcome that. What really stuck out to me, not only was it the awesome electric guitar playing, like, I love how RWBY combines rock backing with pop vocals. It's always really great. But this felt a lot more like straight rock, and the way it was set to those neat transitions with the pedals and stuff, everyone looking all cool and badass. It's like, this is clearly the volume where everyone has showed up to mean business, and everyone's gonna get some kind of moment to shine, I'm sure of it. And I'm looking forward to that. Now, as for this episode as a whole, obviously a lot of exposition. I tried to listen to as much of it as I could, take everything in accurately, and, you know, react after the fact. I really like the portrayal of the Cowardly Lion so far. He's pretty much exactly how I'd expect his kind of character to be portrayed. Like, he's not like a total cowering little shrinking violet, but he's like very much a pushover. Like, and as Watt said, he really needs to work on his improv. Crow was probably one of the best things about this, with him just getting shit-faced drunk. That's never gonna not be good, like, as something to watch as a fan. Ever since he first showed up in a drunken stupor and took out a few Atlas robots, I wanted to see him full drunk again. And it's funny that, you know, now that they're in a place where he thinks he can let his guard down, he just gets shit-faced. And very, very pleased with the introduction of Oscar, the way that was handled. You know, how he comes up all awkward and shy to the door, and how everyone is realistically apprehensive because of what happened with Tyrion. Oh, someone shows up and the first thing they want to see is RWBY. No. You know, that actually made a lot of sense. Then for him to be awkwardly like, your uncle needs assistance. I think that really sold to them right away that he's just this, like, sweet guy who's, like, looking after people. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how they'll properly react to being told, you know, to this news that they found out that he is Ozpin, technically. Seeing them trying to digest this information will probably involve a little bit of comedy, I think. I'm looking forward to it. Pretty... You know, not going to make any statements on any ships yet. No. Although I did think it was adorable with the way he was asking for, like, you know, it's prom night, where's my date, that kind of thing. But you need to leave the shipping goggles at home, damn it. I blame Corazon. Like, she is the one. She is the one that did this to me. She did it. Blame her. Please, blame Corazon. And give her videos of you while you're at it. Yeah, Haven looks beautiful, even more beautiful than it did in the Volume 4 finale, and I'm looking forward to exploring more of it, whether that's while we're in conflict or just generally exploring within the first half. One of the other interesting things that I thought, you know, was okay to learn was that Yang is going after Raven after all and still chasing leads. because I'm sure it was heavily implied that she'd chosen to go RWBY's path at the end of Volume 4. But then I also think back to the Volume 3 finale. Well, not necessarily the finale, but, you know, the final events where Yang was assured by Blake that RWBY can take care of herself. Like, she's not some, like, dumb little kid. Like, you know, she doesn't have to rush straight to her side, which is why Yang prioritized going to Blake. She was content to let Weiss look for RWBY. That showed a lot of faith in her sister, and I think this is gonna continue. I think this is what's continued. Like, she doesn't feel the need to jet right to RWBY's side. She's like, while she's got the opportunity to do something entirely for herself, she wants to try hunting down her mother. And I actually can see that. Like, she's like, RWBY will be just fine with the current group that she's with. I can focus on what's really bothering me at the moment, and then I can worry about RWBY. And I think that's what's happening here, and if it is, I really approve of it. I mean, sure, some people could say, well, come on, Yang, you should gather up your team, and or at least, you know, RWBY's your family too, don't you want to get her involved? You know, as Sun said, always get friends involved. But I can totally understand that this is Yang's personal mission in her life, her personal quest. Like, it's something you just feel like you have to do by yourself, and it's very different to Blake's I want to do this by myself thing. Yang's not like pushing anyone out, like, she is just consciously going after something. She's not running away from something. I think that's the key difference, the direction that they take it. Let me know what your thoughts on that are. Like, do you agree with where I'm going with that? Do you see where I'm going with that? You know, I like to think that I explain my thoughts well. You know, people tell me I explain my thoughts well, but sometimes I think, but did I really? Like, is there not room to interpret that I'm saying something entirely different, or I'm just sounding like I'm spouting nonsense? This is what RWBY does to me, though. It actually gets me thinking, because I care about these characters and the way they develop and the way the story unfolds. I really appreciate everything that's built up from volume to volume to like create this expansive world with a lot of events and lore and mystery happening that all seems to integrate with itself, and the characters are always developing and growing. It's honestly quite great. And I'm only excited to find out where the whole series will go from here, you know, through 6, 7, 8, 9, however far it's gonna go. But yeah, this was a great start to the new volume. You know, loving the animation, loving the characters, loving the music, fantastic intro as always. And as always, I'll see you guys next time.